Welcome to the Energy Healing Network and the Mind Science Training Program. Yes, they're glad you could join me. Today we're going to discuss a breathing technique that's, I find to be very vital for both, for not only adults, but for kids to train proper breathing technique, which is something that, as most adults would know, but if they actually knew that they're not breathing properly because they never learned, never taught as a kid. So, as a breathwork specialist that deals with kids and adults, those that are within the training program, this is something that you'll find vital. So again, it's called step breathing. And why it's so important is because it begins to set, unconsciously begin to build steps to proper breathing technique. And why, I find that that's have to be important because you have to learn things in steps. And the most important step that's probably need to be done as far as beginning this three-step process is understanding the first step. So the first step will begin with us bringing our hand to our belly and understanding that the first step of breathing begins in the diaphragm. So to kind of give you an example of how we will begin to utilize this, to kind of give a few sets. So generally, what we utilize here is you use a count process to kind of gauge the inhalations for the exhalations. So to begin, you would put your hand down here in the diaphragm to make sure that your belly is rising and falling because that first step has to be established. So what we do, we inhale for 2 seconds. So inhale and exhale. Okay, so that will be just to kind of establish that problem. Now, next breath we actually do, we're going to ask, it's going to be a little bit more what we call violent. So you're going to, and exhale. Again, and exhale. And exhale, allowing that belly to rise and fall. Again, and exhale. And exhale. That's 1, 2. Inhale for 1, exhale for 1, 2. Again. Exhale for 1, 2. 2 more. Inhale for 1, exhale, for 1, 2, and once again. Exhale for 1, 2, and then return to your natural breathing. So that's the first step to establishing what we call step breathing. Then the second step is you make sure that you bring everything from the diaphragm again, but again, you're kind of going to allow things to kind of move up a bit while using this more of a violent type of inhalation. So to give you a demonstration, we'll do a few. And exhale, we exhaling for 4 seconds. So I didn't bring that in. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. You're going 1, 2, and exhale. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Again, 1, 2, exhale. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Again, 1, 2, and exhale. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. 1, 2, and exhale. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Last one. 1, 2, and exhale. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And return to your natural breathing. And so that allows you to start establishing more of what we call the second part of that step while bringing it further up into your diaphragm. And so this takes some training because, again, most people have been basically breathing in reverse, which means you're breathing from your chest down, which is, clearly something that's once you realize getting proper oxygen in your body, that's really, it's not going to work well. It's expelling carbon dioxide and the byproducts that we actually need to be doing when we're inhaling and exhaling, when we're supposed to be bringing in fresh oxygen while exhaling all of the byproducts and, the waste products within the blood. So it's really vital to learn how to use these things to train the body, which is what this will be doing. So the third step we'll be utilizing now is when we inhaling 3 times, and as you notice, if you see I'm inhaling through the nostrils, and you kind of focus on allowing it to come all the way up. And but on the downside, we'd be exhaling for 6 seconds. So to kind of recap on that, the first step was inhaling for 1 and exhaling for 2 seconds. The second was inhaling basically 2 times and exhaling for 4 seconds. And this third one will be inhaling for 3 times and exhaling for 6 seconds. So as we begin, you want to keep this, hand on your belly, because this is where you're having to train yourself to basically gauge yourself to make sure that first step is being executed. So as we begin, 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A few more. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Make it in quality. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And return to your natural breathing. And anyone has done this to this point, if you're tuning to your bodily sensations, I'm sure you'll notice just with, these few reps that we went from 1 step to the 2 step to the 3rd step, that, whatever type of anxiety or concerns you may have had, you'll feel a lot more relaxed just with this simple technique. But for those that are learning for training purposes, this is the first thing you need to do is execute these things within your life and your practice. So that way you're able to, as you're teaching others, to, whether it be the kids or whatever practice you're utilizing it in, you're actually using these practices within your everyday life to then be able to teach someone and understand the total benefits, because this is definitely something that, you have to want to incorporate in your lifestyle to really see the full benefits. So again, remembering that again, coming to recap, that first, the first step is the most important step, which is learning to breathe from the belly, understanding that, and allowing, particular, when it's working with kids, particularly because, you're building their proper technique. So this is a vital step that needs to be utilized, and like probably the most important step. And so just as you can continue to utilize in your practice, it's easy to pass the knowledge on to others.